Hi, this is Mrs. Fraifeld, and I'm going to show you how to divide fractions. To divide fractions, it's almost exactly like multiplying them, but before you do that, you have to add KFC, just like this. I'm going to keep the first fraction. I'm going to flip the second fraction, and that's called finding the reciprocal. And I'm going to change the sign to a multiplication sign. And now I just multiply across. 4 times 1 is 4. 3 times 3 is 9. It's a proper fraction, so I'm going to see if I can simplify it. I pull out my upside down staircase and my magic numbers. I put 4 first, and then I put 9. 2 does not go into, it goes into 4, but it doesn't go into 9. 3 doesn't go into 4. 5 is bigger than 4, so this is simplified. I'm going to try it again. Before I start to do anything, I know that my fractions are in fraction form. I'm going to keep, I'm going to flip, and I'm going to change. And now I'm going to multiply across. 2 times 5 is 10. 3 times 4 is 12. It's a proper fraction, so I'm going to see if I can simplify it. I write my 10 first, and then my 12. Both of these numbers are even, so I can divide by 2. 2 goes into 10 5 times. 2 goes into 12 6 times. I'm going to see if I can go down another step. They're not both even, so I can't use 2. 3 does not go into 5. 5 goes into 5, but not 6, and 7 is bigger than 5 and 6. So this simplifies to 5/6, and that's your answer. What I want you to do with the next part of this video is write the problem down on your communicator. And I want you to pause the video until after you've solved it. The next page will show you what the answer is. Check your answer. If you have the correct answer, skip forward to the next problem. But if you got it wrong, watch the video and see what you did. Pause the video now. Did you get 1 3/5? If you did, fast forward to problem 2. If you didn't, watch how to get that answer. Okay, the first thing is to make sure that they're in fraction form, and they are because that's what we're working with right now. The next is your chicken. Keep, flip, and change. So now it's just multiplying fractions. 2 times 4 is 8. 5 times 1 is 5. This is an improper fraction, so I'm going to T-bow it. I'm going to top in and bottom out. I can get one group of 5 out of 8. I have 3 left over, so 3 is my numerator and 5 is my denominator. This equals 1 3/5. But before I take that answer, I see if I can simplify it. There are my magic numbers and my upside down staircase. I write 3 and 5 and I run it against 2, 3, 5, 7. I can't divide by 2 because they're not even. 3 goes into 3, but it doesn't go into 5. 5 and 7 are both bigger than the 3, so the answer to this problem is 1 3/5. Here's your second problem. I want you to write it on your communicator. I want the video paused. You can check your answer. If you get it right, then go on to the next problem. If you didn't, watch until you can figure out how to do it. Go ahead and pause the video now. Did you get 1 1/4? If you did, fast forward to problem 3. But if you didn't, watch how to get that answer. Okay, both of these are already in fraction form, so I'm going to go to the next step. I'm going to Kentucky Fried Chicken. I'm going to keep it, I'm going to flip it, and I'm going to change it. And now I multiply across. 5 times 2 is 10. 8 times 1 is 8. This is an improper fraction, so I'm going to T-bow it. I'm going to top in, bottom out. I can get one group of 8 out of 10, and I have 2 left over. This is my numerator, 8 is my denominator. But before I accept that answer, I'm going to see if I can simplify that fraction. So there are my magic numbers, and I write down 2 and 8. Well, I can divide them both by 2 because they're even. And I know you can't go any lower than that because 1 is smaller than all the magic numbers. So it simplifies to 1 and 1/4. And here's your last problem. Same as before. I need you to write it down, try and solve it yourself, check your answer when you're done. For right now, I need you to pause the video. Did you get 4/5? If you did, you're finished. If you didn't, I want you to watch and see how to solve it. Both of these fractions are already in fraction form. There are no mixed numbers. So I'm going to go straight to the next step. I'm going to Kentucky Fried Chicken. I'm going to keep, I'm going to flip, and I'm going to change. And now it's a multiplication problem. 2 times 6 is 12. 3 times 5 is 15. Well, that's a proper fraction. And before I accept that answer, I'm going to see if I can simplify it. So I write 12 here and 15 here. I can't divide by 2 because they're not both even. Both of them are divisible by 3. So I'm going to put the 3 there, and I can get 4 groups of 3 out of 12. 15 divided by 3, I can get 5 groups of 3 out of 15. I'm going to see if I can go lower. Well, I can divide by 2 if they're both even, but they're not. 3 does not go into 4. 5 and 7 are both bigger than 4. So this answer is 4/5. Great job, you're finished.